Thank you for supporting Glaring Info channel.
Again, court denies Nnamdi Kanu bail, gives fresh order. What is so special about this Nnamdi Kanu that federal government does not want to release him? Is this guy more dangerous than the Fulani herdsmen and the jihadists, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, and all the terrorists in the north? Eh? What has this guy done now that they don't want to let him go? Yeah, because he's agitating for Biafra? I don't understand. Even when all courts of competent jurisdictions have, you know, declared him discharged and acquitted, and even asked federal government to pay compensation, they still don't want to release him. They are technically holding him down in the custody of the DSS and don't want to let him go, rolling the case back and forth. That was how Buhari's government held him for over 2 years before Buhari left, and they handed him over to Tinubu, and Tinubu also does not want to release him. Is this not bad? What hatred is this? Eh? Do they know that if anything happens to this guy in DSS custody, that it can result to another war? The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has refused to grant bail to the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. So they're still calling IPOB as proscribed group. But nobody has proscribed Boko Haram, nobody has proscribed ISWAP, nobody has proscribed all the Fulani jihadists and the Fulani herdsmen causing problems all over the country. But IPOB is proscribed. This is real hatred at work. I tell you. So Kanu, who was brought to the court on Tuesday, has been in the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS, since his arrest in June 2021. That is almost 3 years now. This is a very bad situation. I must tell you the truth. What has he done? Everything has been put in place, and this guy has, this guy has done everything to get himself freed, and lawyers have worked, everybody has worked, but the government has refused to release him. Why? So the court, however, ordered accelerated hearing of the case involved in the embattled IPOB leader over his terrorism-related charges. I remember that when all courts released him in the first place, they went and ratified the charges against him and put him on terrorism. Yeah? Even when he's not a terrorist, he has now been classified as a terrorist. Meanwhile, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the Fulani herdsmen, and the jihadists in the north have not been declared terrorists. But this guy is declared terrorist for looking for freedom of his people. That is injustice. So Kanu, who was brought into the court on Tuesday, has been in the custody of the DSS since June 2021, and they have refused to let him go. This is bad. I'm telling you, this is terribly bad, not acceptable. Okay? And in the comment section, somebody said, must these stupid reporters add proscribed to IPOB's name? Has the court not ruled that IPOB is not a terrorist organization? That is the thing. IPOB is not a terrorist organization. And I don't know why they are calling him proscribed. That's like what I said earlier. The Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the jihadists, and all those people causing mayhem in the country since the Buhari government till now have not been proscribed. And now they're telling IPOB is proscribed. IPOB is not proscribed. Yeah? Someone say, now Papa prescribe it, brain drain. Not be small thing. Someone say, Western thing pretentiously. How? Boko Haram family members taking, talking. Very bad. IPOB is clearly and illegally is a terrorist organization. Who told you? Who told you that? Do you have proof? Someone say you are the real terrorists, killer herdsmen. Exactly. The killer herdsmen are the real terrorists of Nigeria. But now, wow. God will surprise those who refuse to let this innocent man go home. He who partake in holding an innocent man in prison for years now will never end well, and sorrows will never depart from their home. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. It's a very bad situation. Innocent indeed. He's innocent now. All the things he said about Nigeria, all the things he said about the Fulanis, are they not the things happening in Nigeria today? even though he exaggerated at some point. But then everything he said are all happening today. In fact, he spoke like a prophet, and everybody's saying it. No peace anywhere in Nigeria today, and they have not just only killed and destroyed innocent souls. They are now causing economic hardship on Nigerians. Yeah, this is bad. And somebody said here, yes, he's innocent. Or do you think that your hatred for him will prove guilty? Eh? This shows how stupid and I sorted themselves. So the guy is obviously innocent. The courts haven't declared him innocent yet. So it is an act of prejudice to call him innocent. However, he is still an accused. So what does that mean? You are trying to be politically correct in this statement. The guy has nothing on him. The government just choose to punish him for exposing them. The Hausas, the Fulanis, all of them just choose to punish him for exposing them. That is just the truth. I was hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu now, federal government. He is not guilty in any way. He didn't carry gun like your bandit, Boko Haram, and insurgents of today that are terrorizing the country. He is only preaching to let his people go, since the country called Nigeria, want to remain underdeveloped due to your quota system. Let my people go. It will happen. The people will go. I don't say, can you imagine this? This is a wahala now between the north and the south. Hey, the northern has come out to say you are very stupid for saying this rubbish. Who introduced ESN that are busy killing security men in southeast? What do you mean? Why? How did the ESN come to be? It's not because of Fulani herdsmen, killer herdsmen that have gone into all the villages in Nigeria, claiming people's farmland, raping women and killing people, that made every region now to start setting up their own security outfit. If you don't know how ESN came up, you need to be tutored. You need to be tutored. You need to be tutored. And did ESN come to cause problem? The ESN came to protect their people, since the government cannot protect the people. And now they tag the ESN terrorists and they group them with IPOB and they're killing them. Meanwhile, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the Hizbah, all of them are in the north operating and not in South. You can imagine in Kaduna, they kidnapped over 280 students and took them in a very long convoy. The state government, the entire security agencies in Kaduna State did not see it. NDA did not see it. Zaria did not. Nobody saw it. Till tomorrow, they can't release those people. Do you think kidnapping 280 people, and as if that is not enough, they have came back again 3 times and have taken more people out from Kaduna 3 times after the first one. And Gumi is coming to tell Nigeria that he can go and negotiate, and he was trying to advocate for the terrorists. Man, in this country, we need to go our separate ways for peace to reign. This is becoming very, very unbearable. It's becoming an injustice. It's clearly an injustice right now. So thank you for listening and have your comments.